God, it says I'm live. Linda Dodson, Mama Linda, saw Joe fix it for you. Backtrack's out there working, but he's here. Where? I don't see you. Still don't see you. Anyway, no, Mama Linda, I ain't got no cookies. Unless she's got some packed up somewhere she ain't told me about.
No, but I'll be making some soon.
That's all right. After this is over, there's some pie. Almost tempted to go to DQ and get a snickerdoodle thingy. It's almost tempted to have you let me run by there and get me one.
Snickerdoodle Blizzard.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want more go when this is over.
Can't have chocolate, and that's the only one they got. That ain't
If
got
they
chocolate.
still got it.
I
said, if they still got it.
might need you to look at it before it will take out. Might not. Might just settle for the pie. But she wanted that milkshake last night, so Teresa J. Arlene. Y'all sneaking in on me. Of course, I'm just running my jaw, not paying attention, so that's on me.
Hey, Teresa. Hey, Arlene.
But she wanted shakes last night, so we went and got shaken. We wound up getting some burgers and fries to go with it. I wasn't expecting that part of it, but that's all right. This time got me a little something. And let's just say it worked real good on the plumbing, because putting that little something on top of that milkshake kind of like acted like the baking soda and hydrogen peroxide she puts down the drain sometimes to clear it out. Woo! Let's just say that there were a lot of plumes of gas last night. Both ways. Got to rearrange things. So, anyhow, if I feel like I need some Drano, I know what to do. It's not pleasant, but
Mama Linda got it right. She said, morning, Arlene. Yep, that's morning for me.
pretty much for us, I didn't get up till 1 something. She got up after I did.
A couple of minutes.
Of course, well, yeah, that's right. Of course, we didn't go to bed till after 3 o'clock this morning, so. No, Mama Linda wasn't no room for no more. It just kind of rearranged things so that, I'm still waiting on the end result of that, if you know what I mean. But let's just say it took care of a lot of bloat. Anyhow, it's Sunday evening. There ain't a lot going on. I ain't got much on my mind.
They ain't got snickerdoodle.
Huh?
They ain't got snickerdoodle.
Well, poo-poo on them. They just don't think about folks who can't have chocolate.
The only thing they've got that you might could have is pumpkin pie blizzard.
Yeah.
They've got that strawberry or New York cheesecake blizzard.
Well, that'd be all right.
But other than that, everything got chocolate that I can see.
How late do they stay up?
Um, let me look. Okay.
We're gonna find out. I'm still gonna be waiting on tomorrow morning to see if we get another phone call, find out we're off another day. Because somebody's supposed to be going to the doctor. Friday, we're off Thursday, they weren't feeling good. Friday, she's gonna take her to the doctor. So we'll find out tomorrow if we go back or not. I don't mind getting that phone call of a morning, but sure be nice if previous night you get that phone call. That way you ain't got to worry about it next morning.
They're open until 9:30.
It might be possible. Right, Teresa? I hear you. Unless it's a pumpkin pie, homemade. And she got a sweet potato pie waiting for Thanksgiving. That's even better than that. We got another pie that I could probably do some of it. I had to take something off the top of it because and crush them up because I can't get them chewed down well enough. That makes it a little hard on the digestion. Right? You can make pretty much anything good out of anything if you know what you're doing. There's some things you just I don't care. I don't care how good you are. You just can't make it good.
Hey, there's Dale.
Yeah. How'd you like it? I did that kind of like a movement cow. Damn. I like to hear the cow move out the pasture. Man. How you doing, Dale? You prepared for yours? That's good. I ain't got nothing on my mind this week, Dale.
Right.
So, unless, like, sometimes somebody winds up saying something that kind of sparks my brain, there ain't nothing there right now. I'm sure you know what that's like. There's plenty I could talk about, but I don't talk about those things publicly. Too many out there want to hold it against you and try to do things. She did. She didn't tell me.
What's that?
She wanted to know if you knew you was their shout out channel Thursday night.
No, I didn't know. I'm sorry. That would have been early Thursday night, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember nothing about Thursday night. I'll have to go back and watch that though.
By that time of night, I'm usually out of sorts.
Yeah, I. Yeah, because I had cooked all day Thursday,
Yeah.
and I was wore out.
By that time of night, I've done watched so many videos and lives and everything out. I'm out of sorts and with not being able to see the chat that well to begin with, and sometimes the chat going the way it's going, You know, I can't keep up no how. I'll sit here and play my couple of games until I feel like I might be tired enough to be able to go to sleep. Teresa says she's headed out. I understand that one too.
I've had a sinus headache most of the day today. That's been my problem for the past 2 or 3 weeks, is sinus headaches. Weather changing.
Yeah, there's a little while. I think it was last night or earlier today. I'm sitting here and having to grab toilet paper every few minutes, having to wipe or blow my nose because it was running off the hook.
Oh,
I'm probably going to have to check them tires again, see if those valves have been messed with. Cause I know cold has something to do with it, but
yeah.
that front right one was showing 30 when we first took off last night.
Oh, wow. That's lower.
Yeah, but it wasn't 32 the other night, but last night it was sitting at 30. And like, I know the cold don't affect it that much.
No.
So I'm maybe going to have to check them valves again. See if they've been turned back out.
Tweaked a little.
Yeah. So anyway. Let's see. Thanksgiving coming up. We'll have another 4-day weekend this week, thanks to Thanksgiving. But I'm kind of hoping we get what would really be nice if we get a call and say, well, we just ain't going this week, so week off. I know that's probably just wishful thinking.
Yeah, I know it's wishful thinking.
Yeah, Mama Linda, but not by 2 and 3 pounds in a whack. So
Makes you wonder what's going on with it because, like I said, it's always between 2 and 4 pounds.
yeah. But like I said that first time, I finally checked them. They every one of them had been turned out an eighth of a turn, and every one of them was down 4 pounds. You know, that's not a coincidence. Thunderstick Homestead, LD,
Hey, Bowen.
and that's not a coincidence. That's not a natural occurrence. The odds of that are just too high.
Hey,
Amy. And so I'm gonna looks like I maybe gonna have to check them again, see if they've been messed with again, and get out there and air them up. And like she said, she speculated that she thinks it was done so that we'd have to go asking up there about getting them checked out as to why they're messed up. Yeah, why they're going down. Well, I figured out why they're going down. But she said that maybe that because ever since one day when Elaine got to see full effect of how a narcissist will take and turn something around and make you look like the problem when they are the problem, make it look like you're the one doing stuff that they're doing and everything. I've not had nothing else to talk to say to that one part of it. The other part of it I have nothing to do with because, once they go off outside of reality in order to be right, once they deny the natural sciences and the natural laws of physics in order to be right, it's a waste of time to talk to them. So I got nothing to say to them. You got one that'll do that. You got another one that will take and sit there and turn things around and make it look like you're the one doing what they're doing, making you the problem when they're the problem. You expect sees a conversation as they speak, you listen and take whatever they say as gospel gold when it's a total lie. I ain't got nothing for them. I don't care who they are. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about, and I don't care. That's who it is. You cannot respect and honor a certain one to you when you figured out they've been your nemesis all your life, causing situations behind the scenes where you make choices based off of what you think you're saying, and they're the ones manipulating that situation. You wind up in a mess, and you wonder why. It took a lot of bad things, but I finally figured it out. And after that last interaction that Elaine got to see an actual example of, I got no reason to talk, much less have any honor for them or respect for them. This ain't gonna happen. I see stuff, people post about certain people in their lives, and I'm like, wish I could say the same, because they're supposed to be the most special people in your life, to be honored and respected and all like that. I can't. Mine is a worker of iniquity, is a witch, and is totally deluded. Got no respect for that. Josie, how are we?
Hey, Josie.
You been flying high in the air on that toy you got lately? Or you still been trying to burn up that snowmobile? I think you may have another one that I hadn't got to peek at yet. I'll have to take a look. I likes that. You just don't know. That's when they sung "Happy Birthday" to me down there at Biggins. They said my name that way. And like, yeah, I like that. Catfish dog.
Hi, Tim. Welcome in.
We doing as good as we can be.
Yeah.
It might not be saying much, but we doing as good as we can be.
As long as I can get up and cook, at least tip to talk, I'm doing good.
Yep. It's like I used to work for a life insurance company, and the manager of the office is always like, "Well, I'm above ground. That's better than the alternative."
Joyfield Janae, welcome in.
Joyfield Janae. I would put that other little bit with it, but that's Dale's stick right there. He does it best. I still hadn't decided if I'm going to go see about one of them blizzards or not.
They ain't got your snickerdoodle.
Yeah, on the one hand I want to, but on the other hand I don't want to. Of course, if I do, I can take another check on them tires. I take a little button on the left-hand stick on the steering wheel, and it brings up the tire pressures and shows me. But they're off kilter ever since that happened, so I based it off of where I know I had put them at with the regular tire gauge and kind of get an idea that way. When we go to do the next oil change, I'm gonna tell Clay to check them tires out and them sensors out and to tell him what happened, and then see if he can figure out what's going on with them. I know what's going to come up. He's going to tell me somebody screwed them up.
And I'm going to be upset if it screwed up them sensors because all of those are brand new sensors, or were brand new sensors.
And when we got those tires, we had them go ahead and put brand new sensors all around. He comes back and says they're all screwed up. I'm not going to be a happy camper. Ain't going to be anything I can do about it because I can't prove what I know. But it's all right. God knows. And God will address that situation. His way, his time. So it's your first Piggy Live. Oh, trust me, Joyfield Janae, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen God take up my cause plenty of times before. I got to see the results of one. It weren't pretty, let me tell you. That's why we're supposed to leave it in God's hand, not worry about it, and not glory in somebody else's troubles.
That's it. We are supposed to put on the full armor of God, trust in God. And when it comes to the fight, let God do our fight for us, and we are to walk away in peace.
Turn that other cheek and walk on. Forgive them for what they done because they know not what to do, just like Jesus said on the cross. And God will take it up. And like I said, I've seen. Well, actually, I've seen one and heard about others that have done me wrong. And probably not just me that they've done wrong, but I know of one that lost everything and as well as their cognitive mind. I know there's another one that's dead. And what, they barely hit their 40s.
Yeah, something like that in their 40s and died of cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, so I dearly hope they got it right before that, but you know, died died before or just into their 40s and were separated from family, so they couldn't be around family when they did. So, yeah, I know God takes it up and that God takes vengeance. Well, you work on that new project, Dale. I'll be anxious to see whatever it is. That's right, Mama Linda. You ask for balance. You know, in the weather, in your life, whatever. People do you wrong, say, okay, well, you know not to go there again, and you forgive them and leave it to God and walk on. And later on in years, you may or may not see or hear of what has happened to them. I suggest hoping not to ever see it, because I've seen it, and kind of makes you feel sad for them. You know, but they've made their choices. Lord is prepping for heaven.
Hi, Lori. Welcome in.
Well, you make that supper. Be in and out you got to be. Make that supper. Eating is important. So while people do stuff, like with those valves on those tires, you know, it's aggravating. Makes you a little angry, but, you know, uh, really ain't a whole lot you can do about it. And when you do go try to do about it, God ain't going to do nothing about it. And you'll just make it worse. And then you'll be in bad situations where if you just understand, forgive, and go on, let God and everything, God will take care of it His way. Sometimes that means people coming to God. Sometimes that means people going to hell. Because you ain't the only one they've done bad stuff to. And God will take care of it. And then they'll be handed over to the prince of this world, and they'll be at the mercy of Satan, and it's bad. But they made their choice. So, yeah, I've seen him yank the steering wheel out of my hands and put me back straight on the road when I had some bad intentions for myself. I've seen me bring me back from dead. I've seen him, like with my surgery, that wasn't really expected to come up off the table, not move neck down if I did. Medical staff kind of worried about it. God wasn't done. I can walk and take care of a few personal issues that keeps me from being a burden too much. So, I mean, God takes care of things. Or that medical staff, my neurosurgeon, he was rather elated at the news that he heard about me being able to move my toes. Because again, they didn't expect me to live, not move neck down if I did. Of course, when I came out of recovery on that operation, I imagine some boyfriends and husbands either got loved on or slapped when those nurses got home. I came out of that surgery, I started waking up. Where's my wife? I need my wife. They started asking me questions about who it was and what time was it. In my mind, I was going, oh, God, I've been in a coma for 20 years like one of them movies, you know. I started freaking out and started yelling, where's my wife? I need my wife even more. And they kept asking. So I finally started answering their questions. I even answered things they didn't even ask for. And all like that. As soon as I did, they started whittling me down to where I was going to be put. Of course, it wasn't my wife waiting on me.
Sorry.
She had things she had to do, and it's just the way it timed out.
I had to get stuck here at the house so I could stay at the hospital with him.
Yeah. No, I had my nemesis waiting on me instead. That's all right. They was asking for forgiveness for things they'd done. I said, there's nothing to forgive. What's done is done. Of course, they took that as all's good, they're forgiven. No. I forgive, but I leave it to God. And I walk away. And, of course, that nemesis chooses to find opportunities like that to where you're a captive audience and you can't get away no how. That's another indicator of the type of person that nemesis is. Instead of doing that when others are present or anything, they do it in private. So it can't be proven one way or the other. So they can later say, oh, I didn't do that. But anyway, you know, God took care of that situation too. There's one little nurse that was the main one taking care of me while I was there. On that Friday, I darkened the doorway. I had two fellers on either side of me with walkers. The little nurse had been taking care of me. She'd done the bed bath thing, and she told me, she said, I can get a male nurse. I put my hand on her little arm. I told her, I said, baby, it ain't about nothing like that. Just do what you got to do. Of course, she didn't realize I couldn't feel a thing anyway. My nerves were all messed up. But, and I told her one day, I said, you take care of me as good as you take care of your own daddy. I told her, I said, you'll always have a place. So I darkened that door. She was on the far side of the hallway and everything. She looked around and she'd seen me darkening that door. They didn't expect me to be walking till sometime after rehab. And she saw me on my feet in that doorway. And I saw her start to tear up. She turned around real quick and run off. You know, God had shown her a miracle. Joyful Janae, my life is based on focusing on the positive. I'm the one that's there for others that get to feeling down or bad or whatever. That's what I do. And you know, I mean, by all rights, I should be dead. I've been dead 3 times. I should have been dead on that table. You know, I ain't going nowhere until God says so. And you have no idea how many people I have helped to see the silver lining, to see the light. Uh, there's actually a list of people because I put that positivity out there because of God, because God's got it. Ain't nothing you can do one way or the other. God's already got everything planned out. You can either let go and let God, or you know, you can be like a rider on one of those swings at an amusement park, just hanging on while God's moving His hand doing things. It ain't gonna go the way you want it to. You're trying to hang on. You know, you just let go and let God. He'll catch you in the air, set you down while He keeps doing what He's got to do, and everything turns out all right. You know, but I do. I've actually got quite a list of people that, because of how God has made me and how I do things, you know, they get brought to me sooner or later, one way or another. Sometimes it's harsh, things I say, but it's truth. You know, so there's some in here that can tell you that's what I've been, whether they've come to me or it's been an indirect uh, occurrence, and encouraging folks. And, you know, I'll speak it, God does the work. And that's what I do. I just put the truth out there. You know, if it's something you've done wrong, well, that'll be letting on too. But that's part of the learning. You know, you make mistakes, you do something wrong, that's part of learning what you did wrong so you can start doing right. But you got to be willing to see what you did wrong and that you are wrong so that you can turn around and start doing right. And that becomes a lot of the problem most of the time. And yeah, that's right. You know, but the problem most of the time is people don't want to see that they done something wrong and they're a mistake and want to keep going the way they was going, thinking they're still right when they're going off of a wrong teaching. A lot of teachings are instilled when we're young, so we want to think we're still right when we're wrong. I've had to face that often enough. And, you know, I've had to deal with many that I can tell they ain't ready to face the truth of their being wrong in what they did, and they're going to keep making the same mistake and not understand why. Because they don't want to listen to what they've done wrong and what they need to do to start going right. We see examples of that out in the world today real bad over the last several years with the current events that are going on. You can show people in black and white what the truth is, but because they've been told by somebody else what they want to believe, they're not going to recognize the truth when you show it to them. So those I leave alone. You know, people going off of clips and stuff that have been edited to make things seem like something other than what it was. you know, people that want to believe in things like flat Earth, even though it totally goes against the laws of physics, until they're ready to see the truth, you can't do them any good. All right, Janae, you take care. I may be square. Depends on whether or not I go to DQ. I don't know yet. So sometimes people don't see uh, what's right before them. And some of y'all may or may not have recognized there was a case of that just occurred. So, because well, the only reason I say Dairy Queen is because there's one not far away. It's a lot closer than where we go to get that milkshake. The only problem is a lot of times they're like McDonald's. They'll be able to serve you up a blizzard. They can't get you ice cream or regular milkshake because their machine is messed up. Like, okay, you can't serve a regular ice cream cone or even a milkshake, but you can serve a blizzard. Don't you have to get the ice cream for the blizzard the same place you getting it for an ice cream cone? So that's why we don't go there a lot. Unless we specifically want a blizzard. So, yeah, evidently there's some that still cannot see what it is I do. That's all right. God's got a reason for that too. Uh, you still hanging around? Thought you were gone. That's all right. That's just more time on the line. So anyway, what else is new with everybody? Anything? Nothing. I might end early so we can go do that early. That way maybe I'll be back, not miss out too much. I'll wait till she gets back in here and hit her with that idea. It'll be a little further than going to Food Line, but it won't be as far as going all the way down into town and Checkers. Just put a new tarp on turkey enclosure. They're probably going to need it. It's getting cold. Yeah, you told me about that yesterday, I think. Yeah, a lot of times temps ain't too bad. Just that wind. You know, 40 degrees can be tolerable unless you've got about a 30, 40 mile an hour wind going. And it makes that 40 degrees drop a lot. Yeah. If I take off early, we can go ahead and do that, and I possibly not miss too much of Dale's live. I like listening to Dale. What do you think about that?
What?
Cut it off early. We'll go do that and come back. That way I can watch Dale.
Works for me.
Well, folks, it seems like a slow night anyhow. And everything. And Dale's still working on prepping for his live. We leave now. We might possibly be back in time to see his start up. Dale, that should give you an indicator of the importance of your lives to me. There's something about it. You got the goods, boy. And trust me when I say God ain't done putting the goods in you. Trust me on that. You've grown quite a bit since I first told you. Hello, Abbott. You coming in right when I'm fixing to get out of here. Mama Bear. I like your Facebook post, Mama Bear. I really do. Uh, so, I'm going to get out of here and go get me a blizzard. In a kind in a cup. Not one that's weather. I don't want one of those. And I will see y'all after a while. Piggy loves you.